Hi, so here we have a laptop power brick, so from HP. This is a 45 watt power brick with a blue tip, for newer HP laptops. The tip itself is a bit damaged, but the main issue with this power brick is that we don't get anything on the output. So if we check in voltage mode with our multimeter, so first of course let's turn on the power, okay. If we check with our multimeter, we have the negative on the outside of the jack. The positive is the inside wall of the jack, not the center pin. So let's check positive. And as you can see, we have straight up 0 volt. So in this case, the first thing to check is the state of the cable. So we already seen that the connector isn't in good shape, but it's not shorting anything. The cable itself, if we inspect it very quickly, it looks fine, not damaged, so it's unlikely that the cable itself is causing a short. But we are still gonna check if there is a short on the output. Let's check this, okay. So in resistance mode, we check the barrel jack and we get 1 ohm. So clearly there is a short between ground and the 19 volt output, which means that since we have a short, we have to open the power brick, try to open it the best way we can, and see what's causing the short. So to open it, my method is with a hammer and a flat screwdriver. Okay, so now we are open and we just damage a little bit this corner, no big deal. Okay, so here we go. So just to confirm our short, with HP power brick we have 3 wires coming here. 1 wire is ground, another wire is a 19 volt, and the third one adapter identification signal, which is just a resistor between 19 volt and the center pin. Okay, so if we check output and output and ground, okay, so we do have a short, and the first thing we are gonna do is desolder one of the 2 wires to isolate the cable and make sure it's not causing our problem. So we're gonna desolder this one, which is the easiest. Here we go. Okay, so I think this is the positive one, so 19 volt output. Let's check if our short is still there. Okay, and it is, meaning that the cable itself isn't the problem. Make sure that the cable itself is in fine. We check the resistance on the cable as well, and we seems like we are good enough. So our problem is inside the electronics of the power brick, and one thing that can happen is the output rectifier that gets shorted. So we are gonna open it up a little bit further. Okay, we need to desolder these. Okay, so now we should be able to remove this. So most likely our output rectifier is this component right there. So it's mounted on the heatsink next to the output and right next to the capacitor as well. So if we try to measure the resistance between the pins of this component, it's often a dual diode, so the output pins are often connected together. And here they are completely shorted, but the middle one should not be. And as you can see, it is. So definitely we have an issue with something over here. So we are gonna unscrew this component, unscrew it from the heatsink. And of course, it's not gonna be easy because the nut is slipping. So let's try to hold it with our cutting pliers. So I'm gonna have to remove this. Okay. Okay. So the screw is coming off. Perfect. So now we are gonna unstick it from the heatsink. Good. And we are gonna try to extract it. So now let's check the resistance of this part. So we have 1 kilo ohm here. So now the output should be okay. So the output now is at 1 mega ohm, so we are good. The output is good, but this part was showing some weird measurement. So okay, tab is connected to center pin. Right, left diode is shorted and right diode is partially shorted. So of course this component is dead. So we're gonna try to identify it and see if we have a replacement. So maybe it won't show up on camera. Oh, it does. So this is indeed a dual diode thingy, and it is G20100CTW, I think. 00CTW. Okay, so this thing. So what is this? It is a Schottky rectifier, 100 volts, 20 amps, and of course a dual diode. So I'm gonna check if I have some replacement parts for this. Okay, so I found something called a B30H150G. Is it? Yeah. And this is a Schottky 30 amps, 150 volts, dual diode as well. Non-isolated, but it's the same. So 100 for OK. And okay, so this should be a proper replacement for the chip we just removed. Okay, so we are going to solder our new part in. Let me just wipe the old thermal paste. I'm gonna put some fresh thermal paste on this. Also, just to make sure, we are gonna measure our replacement part. 0.3 and 0.3, okay. So to solder the heatsink, we have to clear the hole. That's over there. Okay, so the hole is clean. So we're gonna insert the heatsink. Or maybe what we can do instead is screw the transistor into the heatsink and then insert it like this. So let's put some fresh thermal paste. Okay. That's not what you want to do. So it gets screwed in from the back. Okay, we need the nut over here. And I'm not lined up properly, I think. Okay, better. I'm gonna just let it a bit free so that we can insert it more easily. And for some reason it doesn't fit. So we are gonna have to adjust the thickness with some cutting pliers. And actually we can already cut the legs because we know it sits very flush with the board. We can make our legs easier like this. Okay, so now maybe the pins are thin enough to fit. Let's try. Okay, now I think it's sitting flush, so it should be good to solder it back. Let's add some flux. And that should be good enough. So let's quickly check if we still have a short on the output or not. So do we have a short or not? And we are charging the capacitor, so there is no short. We can solder back our cable because the wire is a tight fit. Okay. We are good. Perfect. Let's brush just a little bit to remove some excess flux. Okay, so now we are gonna put this thing back. This as well. And this. Okay, so now we can put the tabs back. Okay, let's solder this. Perfect. Good. Okay, so now that it's closed safely, we can test it. So let's plug it in. Okay, and let's measure the voltage we get at the output. And as you can see, we have a nice 19.7 volts, which means this is fixed. Well, almost fixed, because we still have this connector that's not in good shape, so I'm not gonna seal it back up for now. Anyway, that's it for this one. We just had a shorted output rectifier, we replaced it, and now it's fixed.